Last time we made the shell of the workshop. So this is the place I am in right now. Here's the table and I sit here with my computer. Today we are going to add the framework with the 45 by 45. So first thing, we're going to learn a new command. Space for select, and then we select everything, and so this is a lot of edges and surfaces. So there's a command that's called G for component. This will make this into a component that is all connected and can't be changed just by accidentally touching it. It can still be moved but not changed like as such. We need to double click it to change it. So we call it the room, and then there's a checkbox down here, replace selection with component. If this one isn't selected, this will not become a component. It will just create a component with that is this, but these things will still stay not a component. So by doing this, the selection will also become a component. So usually this is what you want. There. So click it, it's a component. With this, we can now start working on our framework. So R for rectangle, we're going to add a 45 by 45 millimeter bar along the side of the wall, or the edge of the wall and the floor. P for push-pull. And we push it out like so, and then we write 5,700. Actually 500. We do like that. So we push-pull it the last bit, just making sure it is correct. There, on edge of component, like that. So we have that beam. What we can do now is also make this into a component, because we want 4 of these, because this is now one component. If we press spacebar for select and do this dotted line, we will select everything, but from the left to the right, and only selecting the bar, we will actually just select the bar. So this is another feature. This one selects everything that touches the inside of the box when you go from the right to the left, and when you go from the left to the right, you only select everything that is fully inside the solid box. So this. G for component, long bar. And then we can do M for move, control to copy it, move it upwards 200 to 55, because it is 45 millimeters tall. 2255. There, enter. And now it is at the top. Space for select. Let's turn around like that. Space for select again. So we have that one selected. We select that one as well. And M for move, control brings up copy, move it, and we do 300 or 3000. That would be good. H, and move this all the way endpoint of component. There. So all our long frames are in place. Another good command that I figured out in between those two episodes is if you have the O orbit command and you use shift, it will become pan, and you release and it's orbit again. This way you can very quickly, without having to switch OH commands with just the shift command, you have them all the time, so to say. And then with the scroll wheel you have zoom in out. So with just the shift and the mouse you can control all the camera angles. So standing beams, let's add those. R for rectangle. Down here we do a, let's not do that. Did that from the wrong side, so we do it from one of the edges on the side here, which will be more correct. 45 by 45. P for push pull. And then we can drag it all the way up, and then we have the edge here on edge of component, and we have the standing bar. Spacebar for select, we select only that one. G for component, standing 45 by 45. And there we have it. So now we are going to do this. We orbit around so we see the other edge here. And we do M for move, control to copy. Make sure we have the right point. And we move that over there. Yeah, correct. So now we have this bar on both sides, and we are going to just copy them down the line. But before we do that, I want to turn this around all the 180 degrees, because if we want, later on I want to make an indentation here for electrical wiring and stuff like that, and that will become on the inside on this board because it isn't because we haven't turned it around. And turning this one around will just solve that problem. So space to select, we select the upper bar because we don't want that, and we hide this component at this moment. There. So we want to turn this in the middle, so we need to use the tape measure, T for tape measure, and we measure the two, so we find the intersection here in the middle. So Q for rotate, we need to select this object, Q for rotate, click this and drag it like that and write 180, enter, and we have turned it around. Space bar for select, let's remove the bar like that. Let's double click this and R for rectangle, and we are going to just make a P for push pull, just to see so it is correct. So it's on the inside towards the room, and it should be the towards the room over on this side, which it is right there, or else it should have been on the inside there, which means we have rotated it. And now you understand why we rotate it, because we want to have it, this indentation for the electricity should be on the inside on both ends. And now we want to view hidden geometry, so we can get this unhide the top bar there. And let's move out a bit. So space for select, we select these two beams and we do like this. We need to have a bit close, so M for move, control brings up copy, and we have it here and we move it along the line, and we want to move it 600 millimeters, so that's the center measurement of all the standard boards that you buy in stores, at least in Europe. So we've done that, and then we just continue and we write X, and then we write, I think, 6 and press enter. X6 again, like that. And what do you know, we've copied it a lot of times. So let's see if we copied it enough times. We did not. So we can just copy it again, select, copy these two, control brings up copy, M for move, control brings up copy, move it along the line 600 and X2. And if that's not enough, we just write again X3. So there. Now we have it almost all the way. So this is, and then we just copy it one more time. Select, space for select, those two, M for move, control brings up copy, take that edge and move it to that endpoint, and we have all the beams we need. So let's build the other wall. R for rectangle, you know this by now. P for push pull, we pull it along here. H, we pan out a bit. P for push pull again, and we push it to on edge of component. Spacebar to select, and we select only this beam. G for component, shorter beam. M for move, control brings up copy, we move it along 2255, and it is in the right place. And spacebar for select, select that one. M for move, control brings up copy, move it along there 5500. And for move again, and we move it into the side there. There are beams in front of the doors and stuff like that. We'll fix that we'll fix that later. Control C always works if you accidentally move things around like I just did. All the beams here are still the same. What happens now is we are moving it here, so we actually need to turn it 90 degrees. I'm actually going to space for spacebar, and I am going to go into the component and adding this indentation right now, so we know where we are, or so we turn the bars the correct, or beams the correct way. T for tape measure, 20 centimeters up. R for rectangle, and I want to make a 50 by 20 indentation. P for push pull, and remove that, and you see it is removed on everything. So select this, M for move, control brings up copy, and we move it out 45 millimeters, which means it is just next to that one. And then we need to go up here, space, to select that one and hide that one. And we take away show view hidden geometry. T for tape measure. There and there. Q for rotate, and first we need to select it. Q for rotate, and we find the intersection, and then we turn it 90 degrees, like such. Let's see if that was correct. And it's correct. Good. You remove those lines. Spacebar to select, select it, M for move, control brings up copy, move it along the line, 600, and X, 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe, 600, X4, one more, X5, there. So we have it all the way, view, hidden geometry, unhide, and hidden geometry. So this is one of the good commands we should maybe have as a shortcut button or keyword button. Anyway. Alright, so this time we didn't do that over here, so we do it the other way around, that you can do spacebar, and we select alright, we need another one. M for move, control brings up copy, and we move it over there. Now we have all the ones we need. So we try again, spacebar to select, we get two beams too much, don't want that one, and we don't want that one. So by holding shift again, we can add and remove stuff from the selection. And we don't need those because we already had those. M for move, control brings up copy, and we move it over there. And now all of these are not turned the correct way. So spacebar to select, hide that one, and we need to see what happens if we do this. We have to experiment a bit. Q for rotate. We just pick a place and we turn it around. 180 again. Yeah. So this is what happened, that we move them all at the same time. I guess this doesn't really matter. So we are just going to M for move, and let's undo that, M for move, and take that one and move there. So we have the beams. I think this is enough for this episode of copying and rotating. So in the next episode we'll either fix the bars that are in the way and make unique bars around windows and doors, and or add the OSB boards. So until next time, take care, bye.